One. Greetings, everyone. This is the GreatRieck here.
Hi. I'm Del.
And we welcome you to more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 1. And, as we left off, we did the second part of the trial where everyone still is against you because, goddamn, they don't want to, get Britain mad.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck.
That's kind of like a staple throughout, the entire, all the cases. I think is really funny, especially, the last few cases of, some of the games where it's, this case just to get to a point where it's, this is not about, the defendant anymore. It's just, we're going down this rabbit hole because it's related to the case. It's but if you still fuck up, they still pronounce the defendant guilty. It's oh yeah, I forgot he was
Yeah. But it is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Do you ever play a prosecutor in any of the games, aside from, maybe the Miles Edgeworth games?
Aside from them, no.
That'd be interesting. Imagine, Phoenix Wright having to do a prosecution or something. I know he's a defense lawyer, but still.
Wait until Spirit of Justice. Cough, cough.
Okay, I hear ya. But anyway, and now we're gonna get started on part 3.
You want me finishing case 1?
Yeah. Finally. After,
Yes.
After, 2 weeks worth of episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, this game's fucking long.
Yeah, no joke.
It's good, though. I love it so much.
Oh, I'm loving it so far with just the first case, but then again, there's only 5 cases, so...
Yeah.
They've got to make you love it quick.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, 5 is actually, kind of a lot, because, a lot of the games only have 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
22nd of November, 1:14 p.m. Supreme Court Adjudicature, Courtroom 2.
11:14 p.m. We've been here all night.
Yeah! I mean, given how this case has felt.
Yeah. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why is a sudden ingress? Why the sudden ingress into my courtroom?
A judicial assistant, and a woman no less. The rules state that females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify.
So we had the racism, now we have the sexism. Yes, I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence I must hand over to the defense.
You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded.
5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more.
But, Your Excellency!
I am most grateful.
This girl's gonna save my ass. Who exactly are you?
I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now.
What is it? A report about something written in English.
It's Giselle Brett's research.
The English woman's?
After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she?
So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case?
I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself.
Oh, no, of course not.
Special characteristics of Curar and its effects on human subjects. Interesting.
Curar? What's that? I've never heard that word before. Time's up! The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom.
There was too little time for me to read it in detail. But I summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it.
This is wonderful. Thank you. Giselle's report has been entered into the court record.
Alright. Goodbye then, and good luck.
Alrighty.
Brief little glimpse of the game's my FA there. You've had long enough, Council. We cannot detain our English guest any longer.
I'm gonna take a quick second to read.
Oh, look over it.
Yeah.
Good.
A poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Effects: instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, given in minute doses. Route of entry: the above mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it is believed that the toxin could have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused a result for the full body paralysis must be found first, or the patient would die of suffocation. Okay.
Well then.
I was right on point.
Isn't that just like the perfect like freaking tool for us?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I did say that they were poisoned by something that's not available in Japan.
Yeah. I asked the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but... Have you been paying attention for the last, like, 3 minutes?
Me?
No, the judge.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I've been paying attention. Jeez, man. I'm having some water, but I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency.
Inosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance.
Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence.
That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett?
Yes, Your Excellency.
If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer.
It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I'll have to politely
Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question, however. I must ask you to treat this as an order.
I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense.
My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel? What is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Well, I guess it would happen.
Yes!
Mr. Zalebrecht, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Yume University doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence, perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Del?
Oh, I guess I got out. Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel? A toxin known as Cura, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection!
What complete and utter nonsense. Cura, you say? Cura, you say? I've never even heard of it.
You wouldn't have done. Or you wouldn't have... What? Okay.
Yeah, That's a weird translation error.
Huh.
Unless it's like something, unless that's correct and I don't know context.
Maybe it's supposed to be like, you wouldn't have done. Or something. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you mean?
That's oddly appropriate. I mean you wouldn't have heard of Cura before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist.
Correct. Which means, no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they never identify Curare. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. What?
Order! Order! Council, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, Curare has long been used by tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists.
To lace their arrows?
The report states that it's produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. And it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with Curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Trumpery! These aspersions are utter trumpery! To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain. The other diners surely would have noticed.
That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that.
I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain.
According to this, however, it's the other way around.
What do you mean, the other way around?
The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that Curare was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment the toxin enters a poison person's system, it causes instant paralysis.
I love that he just pulled out all the reports and is looking at it as they're talking.
Yeah.
I love that, Rinosuke is just such a clueless guy going into
Yeah.
this. Because, I know that Phoenix Wright was already kind of a somewhat experienced defense attorney, wasn't he?
Well, actually, in the very first case of the very first game, he was like a complete rookie. Like, that was his first ever trial.
Oh, but he was a
Yeah.
law student anyway.
Yeah, he was a law student.
Yeah, Rinosuke's not even that.
Well, technically, before that, he was actually an art student, which you learn about in Trials and Tribulations, but then he decided to study law after that.
Oh, okay, but still,
Yeah.
he went into studying law. Rinosuke, not so much.
Yeah, this is his first, experience with anything to do with the legal world.
Yeah, exactly. It is hilarious.
In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed.
But I don't follow Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death.
The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe, it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail.
Respiration?
In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move.
That's hideous.
To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Damn. Damn, okay.
Yeah.
Okay then.
This game can be metal as hell sometimes, I love it.
Yeah.
That is the true nature of this deadly Curare poison.
And the whole court goes fucking silent.
Yeah, because what the hell do you say after that? Or to that, rather. And your suggestion to this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison?
Objection!
This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing? What a happy tale for the defense. Ahem. If I may. All these facts. You think you're so clever. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady. So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act.
Well, Miss Pratt, the feeling is mutual.
Oh, Cosmo, you fucking G. I'm sorry, this guy just has all the best lines right now.
Cosmo OP plays Nerf.
Yeah. Whatever do you mean?
Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstance of an innocent man trying to frame him for a heinous crime. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Objection!
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules.
Okay, guy.
Damn. Ha ha ha. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Pratt?
May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please?
Oh, yes, but I don't see, why not?
Oh, she's gonna drink it.
Yeah, to show, yeah.
God damn, this case has already taken like 17 and a half twists and turns. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys.
Sorry.
To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics, it's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers! Oh my god. Wait, what are you doing? No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for the shabby affair. Oh my god. Every motherfucker is just stunned.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Goodness. Whatever is the matter? Y'all look quite stunned.
So, no cure. The bottle was clean, is that what you're saying?
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. God damn, her smugness. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. This mannequin-ass looking bitch.
Yeah.
Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Pratt.
I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries.
Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you've given.
Oh, poor Inosuke here. He's fucked.
Yeah. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she... How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it.
Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for an interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Ryunosuke. We have all the clues now. That bottle of water.
What do you think?
We just got shown it doesn't contain poison, but at the same time, is it really the same bottle?
Remember, you can open the core record and look at the thing again if you need to. Not the bottle, but the poison port thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. However, a solution for the... So, did she find a solution?
No, but there is something else here.
I'm looking. Is the dose not big enough? No, it's minute. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna be taking a second to look at this because I'm fucking stunned.
I mean, I can also just like tell you if you just have no idea.
I'm looking. I'm trying to analyze this shit carefully.
I will say it's a lot simpler than you're probably thinking it is.
God fucking damn. Because the only thing that makes sense... Oh, it has to be entered through a wound!
There you go.
Entered through a fucking wound!
There you go.
Okay. There, I see it now.
So presumably Miss Brett does not have any like wounds in her mouth. So even if they did get poison, it wouldn't have affected her.
But it does contain poison.
Yes.
The culprit did put curare poison into Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position.
Serious?
Objection!
Objection! Oh, are you blind? There's no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw Miss Brett drinking the water from it. That's right. Which rather complicates your argument, I think. And I believe that complication could be explained. How exactly? I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be.
Well, if the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume this supposedly poisoned water unscathed?
Present this.
Yes.
Yes!
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection!
That's not a valid explanation. No. After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. This impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone. Honest, I'm just reading Suzato-san's notes.
I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section, counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to the riddle?
It's the practical applications, right?
I think it's actually special characteristics, because that's where like the route of entry is. I think.
Let me look.
Yeah, we can also.
Special characteristics, yes.
Okay, yeah.
I had to make sure. We've been hearing a lot about this cure poison. And it's left me curious about something.
Counsel?
Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of arrows that they shot at whatever prey they're hunting.
So we've been led to believe, yes.
And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat?
Good point.
You cut out there.
Yes, good point.
So, surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison.
Good gracious, counsel. No, that would be madness.
But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound.
Through a wound, you say? I see. That makes sense.
Yes. The mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When Curar enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters through the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew Curar's special characteristics. And you knew that you couldn't make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. You meddling little... Wait, that's a fucking...
That's a real swan, apparently.
What the fuck?
Well, Renosuke, it turns out. You're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be.
Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection!
All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I fail to see how it possibly... So, ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. Not as silly as having a live fucking goose on your head.
I'm just amazed that thing's been able to sit still for this entire time.
I mean, have you ever seen a goose in action? Like real-life goose?
I've seen swords do things, yes.
Swords doesn't count.
Okay, no, being serious, I have not.
Okay, because there are geese at my docks, and those
Yeah.
fuckers will sit for hours if you let them.
Yeah.
Like, you could put them on a fucking, like, thing and move them. If you're not rocking them too much, they'll fucking sit fucking still.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just, like... Oh, my stuff. Okay, it's still going, sorry, One second, things acting up here. Okay, there it is. The audio bars weren't moving, I thought it froze for a second. Which, it's still recording, but I don't like it when that happens.
Yeah. Because, like, you can't tell what the hell's going on anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, continuing on with this shit. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish?
Flaw.
As even your brain has managed to deduce, Curare is safe to ingest. It seems that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus. Oh, yes. Well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? Oh, God. That's a mood moment right there.
Yeah.
So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Actually, because he had that wisdom, because he had that mouth surgery.
Yes.
Ah,
And I guess like back in like the late 1900s, they didn't use gauze back then. I guess.
I mean, even then, when you use,
I mean, I guess it wouldn't really make a difference. Anyway.
it wouldn't. No, yeah. Ah, that's right.
Good gracious.
That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand. No.
Real fast. Do you mind if I double check something?
Go ahead, real quick, cause
Go into the court record. I want to see Brett's age. I forget how old she is. You can press R again to go into people.
Oh yeah. 24 years old.
Oh dear lord. Okay. She's older than I thought she was.
You thought she was like 19 or something?
Yeah, I thought she was like 19 and like 20 max. Although I guess Asogi's like 25, isn't he?
23, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are all like senior college students.
Okay. Makes sense.
But I do like that this game doesn't really have that young of a cast aside from Susato.
Yeah, I mean, Brianno's is also like 18, I think.
Fair
Oh, he's
enough.
not in. Oh, yeah, he's not in here because like it's okay.
It'd be
Like,
hilarious
these-
if he had himself in here.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like these like his notes on the people.
Yeah, okay. So, going back.
I do think it's funny though because like Trials and Tribulations Case 2 does have Phoenix's like profile in the thing, and like the only reason it's there is because like you need like to present yourself for like one of the testimonies.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, Dell?
Oh yeah. Order in court. Order. The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drink the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest?
Yes. This Curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. What is this? Welling up inside me. I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And
I feel like they're not even trying anymore.
And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire. Take down my prey. Objection! Oh yeah! Woohoo! Okay, that's the name of this part. Objection.
Yes.
I don't think so, Mr. Zale Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there's no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead.
Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. As we now know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the Curare?